easy, James. We are underway. Cardinals control the tap. And it is an electric atmosphere inside the Manning and Napier Gymnasium as these two teams do Battle of the Beaks on Bobby Wanzer Court. Ryan backing down low. No. Again. No. Loose ball controlled by Brendan Wynn.
So that's what they needed to do right there. You saw right there immediately. Ryan with the weight mismatch there. He's going to be able to get to the rim today. He's just going to have to finish next time.
Golden Flyers working the weave. Wynn picks up the dribble. Tough shot. Rebounded by Ryan.
But yeah, you can see it here right now. Both teams sprinting, giving it everything. Obviously, a minute into this game, but you can definitely feel the intensity on the court.
You got to kind of work that out of the system a little bit there, you know?
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, a long pregame, so, they had a long time to be thinking about this.
And that, that adrenaline sort of comes with that excitement and that anticipation. So both teams will look to settle into this one. Sawsville, guarded by Stengline, drives off the glass. No. Ryan on the rebound, yes. So you mentioned before the game, not a big day on the glass in their first matchup. Well, he's been all over the glass already.
Yeah, and that's the big key here for the Cardinals.
Off of Fisher will stay here.
Yeah, and the real key for Nazareth, they're a complete opposite team, but they played on the outside with their guards. Stengline averaging 21 points a game, and last game, Brendan Wynn at 38 points, 8 assists against Elmira. So look for him to try to keep that going off of last game.
Ten on the clock. Wynn, bounce pass down low, up no good, but Chris Jones will go to the line. But they'll get Tyler English for the foul. First foul of the game assessed against the Cardinals. Jones misses both of them. English with a look. Too strong off the iron. Rebounded by Jones, who gave it away. Bodies banging underneath. Let's see who they got it on. Jones with a foul will head to the bench. Number 33, 6'5" junior out of Tupper Lake, Mitch Keniston, has checked in for Nazareth.
Yeah, and we usually see Coach Broderick use kind of a good rotation at the center because he knows just how powerful Ryan is. You need to definitely keep fresh bodies on to make up for the size mismatch.
Haight left alone, bottom of the net. And he liked that. Cardinals are up for this one, no doubt about it. Wind looking for help. Tried to find Stengline, but threw it away.
Yeah, you mentioned the jumpiness here, and Naz, got the score here 3 minutes in, and now Coach Broderick wanted a timeout there, but, Nazareth just really needs to calm down a little bit here. You've seen a couple mistakes there on offense, the turnover right there.
So the officials' time to reset the game clock, and now Nazareth will take a timeout. Coach Broderick wanted that timeout prior to the Cardinals inbounding the ball. He'll have a chance to talk it over now.
Yeah, and you just saw it on that last possession there with Wynn getting around to the free throw line, picking up his dribble, and Wynn, not a very big guy, only 6 foot tall, 170. They got the much bigger 6'5" Henderson guarding him. So, you see Coach Cornicle right away, knowing that big game that Wynn had last game, putting a big guy like Henderson on him to try to make him struggle here early on, and it's worked. And Coach Broderick just wants a chance here to reset, as you mentioned here. A lot of nerves, a lot of jitters, a lot of adrenaline running through all these players, and so far it's kept Nazareth off the scoreboard.
5-0 Cardinals in the early going. 17:03 to play in the first half. The Cardinal mascot was up on top of the pyramid down there during that timeout. You don't see that every day. In the Battle of the Beaks, that beak was up highest for a moment at least. Haight left alone again. That time too strong. Rebounded by English. Haight, big collision. And they'll get the offensive foul as Wynn took the charge.
Yeah, a little bit of a delayed reaction there, but as you mentioned, Wynn not a very big guy there, but not afraid on that play to slide on in and take the tough charge.
Well, he paid the price on that one as he went hard into another teammate. Wynn drives on Henderson. No. Hard to the floor. He'll go to the line. First foul on Henderson. They say got him with the body.
So as we mentioned, Nazareth struggling to put the ball in the basket here early on. So good job here by Wynn that time, attacking the basket, getting to the line, and easiest way to score points, but he missed the first one.
Cody Green, number 10, the freshman out of Fulton, has checked in for Nazareth. And another missed foul shot. Golden Flyers can't get on track here. Sawsville looks down low. Ryan on the business end. 7-0. Stenglein really hasn't had much of a look here so far. Now he drives, and he is met by Haight. The Cardinals quickly look the other way. Henderson for three, got it. And a timeout by Kevin Broderick as the Cardinals jump out to a 10-0 lead.
Yeah, and Henderson there on the three. Fisher's best three-point shooter, shooting 46% on the season. And, yeah, definitely not the start that Nazareth would have wanted here, down 10-0. But, yeah, we mentioned the size mismatch that Ryan has over everybody, but Fisher as a whole has a pretty big starting lineup there with it when he got the 6'5 Henderson, 6'5 English, 6'4 Haight, and, just overall Fisher using that to their advantage, getting the rebounds, forcing Nazareth in the bad situations, blocking shots, and thus far it's led to a 10-0 lead 4.5 minutes into the game.
Yeah, you get the sense that maybe Nazareth's a little overwhelmed here in the moment. Coach Broderick, I think, has that sense, and maybe this is a chance to try and settle his guys down. And we saw Stenglein with a drive a moment ago. Didn't get it to go, but I think they need to try to find a way to get him into the game.
Yeah, it's Stenglein, obviously, he's the team's leading scorer and rebounder, so he's key to Nazareth's success, and getting him going will definitely do wonders for the Golden Flyers.
And he could beat you in so many ways. We've seen him play well on this court before.
Oh, yeah.
Golden Flyers with the ball, checking in, number 12, Denzel Jackson, senior out of Sodus, on the floor for Nazareth out of this timeout. Stenglein with the ball, drives, puts up the pull-up, and knocks it in. So there you go.
Yep. Pretty much the same as last time. That time driving, but yeah, that time able to put it in.
Elevating over those Cardinal defenders. Nazareth plays that tight man defense.
Oh. Ryan has a big mismatch here on the small 5'9" green.
Couldn't get him the ball. Sawsville lost the handle, and it is tracked down by Jake Bergio, who has checked in as well, the sophomore out of Brockport. Stengline again with a pull-up and another short jumper. Boy, it looks like he can do that all day.
Yeah, 2 in a row, and yeah, really good looking shot, and it's really hard to defend if you're the Cardinals. That real quick pull-up.
Stengline's one of those guys that plays a lot taller than his listed height of 6'3".
Which is what Nazareth needs.
Ball tapped out to Henderson, up and in. They're going to get Jackson on the foul. So Henderson will have a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, good effort there by Henderson. Saw him earlier going outside with a three-point shot. That time, getting the offensive board, forcing it back inside, and getting rewarded with a free throw.
Sammy Robinson checks in for Ryan. Jones back in for Nazareth as well. With Henderson on the line, looking to complete a three-point play. Already knocked down a three-pointer and looking to do it the old-fashioned way here. Which he does. So 6 quick points for Ryan Henderson. Cardinal lead is 9, 13-4. Shot is up and out. The loose ball is tracked down by Bergio. Bergio now throws up the lefty runner, no. But a foul. And they're going to get Robinson on the foul there.
Yeah, this is a good job there. You've seen Nazareth been most successful in offense early on when attacking the rim, and especially with Ryan out of the game, doing it yet again, and this time getting to the line.
Daniel Jacob has checked back in for Jones. Now Brendan Broderick, the 5'9" freshman out of McQuaid here locally, has checked in for the Golden Flyers as well. Second shot, no good, rebounded by Haight. English drives right in the lane. Robinson controls down low, off the glass and in.
Yeah, and when Nazareth has the 2 5'9" guards out there, Broderick and Green, I mean, they can make up for a lot on the offensive end, but just the absolute size efficiency is going to be hurt.
Bergio shot off the mark. Into the Cardinal bench they go. Down low to Haight. And he took a step. So a traveling violation turns it back over.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of mistakes here early on for the Cardinals, but they're a bad turnover. He got the easy layup.
Wind back in, along with Dennis Hare, the 6'3" freshman out of Red Hook, number 41, checking in for the Cardinals. 13:20 to play, 15-5, Fisher by 10. Wind spins, gives off to Stengline, yes.
And Stengline now with 6 of the 7 points, and he's definitely going to be the key to Nazareth's offense.
Haight with a drive, fired one down low for Robinson. Sawsville was there to keep the possession alive. Robinson from the corner, off the iron. Rebounded by Jacob. Wind looking for help. And they say he traveled. Nice job defensively by Ryan Henderson there.
Yeah, Henderson's been doing a good job. He was shutting down Wind earlier in the game, but yeah, Henderson's been doing a good job shutting down some of Nazareth's most prolific scorers this far in the first half.
Keegan Ryan has checked back in for the Cardinals. Quick breather for the senior. Ryan with it at the high post. Gives off for Haight. And now Henderson back to Haight for three. No good. Rebounded by Josh Gillard. Other end, Jacob, yes. Daniel Jacob for three. Cardinal lead is 5, 15-10.
Yeah, you
so
see
a little run here for the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, and you saw the little three-point gesture towards the Fisher bench. You can tell there's a little bit of head blood between these teams.
Going to be a long afternoon from that standpoint. Down low to Ryan they go. Double teamed immediately, and Stenglein ripped it away. Stenglein spins on Haight. Had it blocked, but they say got him with the arm. Second foul on Haight, 15th foul on the Cardinals. As Stenglein will go to the line for a pair. And I got to admit it, James, I love the way that kid plays basketball.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
he's just a joy to watch.
Yeah, he's just so twitchy, and he can stop and start on a dime. And you saw the first two buckets there, just running into the lane, pulling straight up. And, yeah, that time, just spinning around. And, as a defender, Haight following there. But what do you do when he got you in that situation?
And he really elevates off the dribble as well to get that clean look at the rim.
Yeah, great jumper. And as you mentioned, he plays bigger than his size.
Tyler Farrell, number 5, the junior out of Hilton, checking in for the Cardinals, along with Tyler English back into the lineup. Sawsville still manning things at the point. Ryan now. Back to Sawsville. English drives, feeds Ryan, easy layup. Golden Flyers lost track of him, and English fed him for the easy lay-in.
Well, it's hard to miss him. But, yeah, good job there using motion on Fisher and hitting Ryan open.
Jacob pulls up on Sawsville and knocks it down. So 5 quick points for Daniel Jacob.
Yeah. And that play looked a lot like what Stenglein did a little earlier in the game.
Sawsville off the glass at the other end. And back and forth we go.
Yeah,
19-14 Cardinals.
Very quick pace here. And, if the teams would have made a couple more shots, we might be looking at, scoring the 20s already here, 10 minutes into the game.
Stenglein working on Farrell. Great defense by Tyler. Forced a tough shot. Ryan double team down low. Backs in on Jones and lays it in. And they're going to say use that big body to run right over him. It's an offensive foul.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough. You back in the early 2000s NBA, you heard a lot about how Shaquille O'Neal was so hard to ref just because he's so much bigger. And that looked like a situation there where Ryan is so much bigger there than Jones, just doing the same sort of move he might do on someone that's 20, 30 pounds heavier works, but smaller Jones goes down, that's a foul.
Golden Flyers trying to trim into this Cardinal lead. Just past the midway point of the first half. Wind pulls up, gets the defender in the air, no, and now a whistle. And I think they're going to get Jackson with the foul on the offensive glass. So Denzel Jackson with his second foul.
Yeah, lucky enough, though, for Nazareth, only the third team. Meanwhile, though, the Cardinals have 6, meaning that Nazareth's going to be in the bonus for the rest of the half.
Jordan Gilman with the ball. The freshman out of Aquinas, number 11, is checked in. Ryan down low for Farrell, but he was fouled.
Yeah, good job there. Been seeing a little bit there. Nazareth's definitely done their scouting. They've been doubling Ryan, but and leaving guys open for three, but obviously guys you don't want shooting it like Farrell. That time doubling Ryan, and Ryan able to catch Farrell, and the defense not able to adjust Farrell at the line.
First foul on Gillard, and Stengline checks back in. And Alex Dosch, the 6'6 sophomore out of Fairport, number 55, checking in as well for the Cardinals, as Farrell's at the line with one more. That time too strong. Jackson ripped down the rebound. 20-14. 9:05 to play in the first half. Wind and Stengline playing a two-man game. Wind in and out. How that didn't fall, I won't know.
Well, and all these Nazareth players really good at just pulling up off the dribble, and that looks to be their most successful way of scoring earlier on this game.
Ryan with it down to Farrell at the low block. Got Ryan with him on the wing. The big man goes baseline. Gives back to Farrell. 4 to shoot. Farrell is off the mark. Tyler English on the offensive glass. Lays it in.
And we've seen that a couple of times. And you got to put two bodies on Ryan, and we saw it earlier with Henderson, that time with English. The second guy's able to fly in for the rebound and the easy putback.
Almost called him Alex English for a minute there. Going back to the 80s. Denver Nuggets. 8 minutes to play in the first half. Cards by 8. Gilman with the good hands defensively stripped it away. Gilman being checked by Green. Gives off for Farrell. 7 on the shot clock. Down low to Ryan. Using that body. 2 and the foul.
And I couldn't tell you how many times in the 3 years I've been here, I've seen the ball just dish inside to Ryan. He just uses his size, and because of that ball, gets to the basket and gets to the line for an and one.
Second foul on Jones. Kevin Broderick wants another timeout with 7:32 to play. 24-14, Cardinals lead by 10. Look, we've seen this formula, James, play out so many times before. We talk about the frenetic pace of this game, yes, but you look at it, 12 and a half minutes in, Nazareth only has 14 points.
Yeah, and they've, as you mentioned, a lot of their points are on tough shots. They've been successful on those pull-ups, so definitely not the easiest looks. And, yeah, I mean, they don't have the type of guys that they can just pound it inside. I'm interested to see what they can do behind the arc. I haven't really seen them go back there very much. Last game against the Cardinals, one of the big keys was Green going 5 for 5 from beyond the arc. So getting guys like him involved, maybe catching Wind open beyond the arc. Jacob, a 34% three-point shooter. Obviously not. We've mentioned several times they'll have the bulk, so you have to look at your points different ways, and that one of those ways might be behind the three-point arc.
Keegan Ryan will have a foul shot when we come out of this timeout, and the big man has been strong early with 8 points, and he's been a presence on the glass as well, which is what the Cardinals needed here, especially with the way he struggled in that first match down the road at Nazareth.
Yeah, I didn't catch that game. It's hard to imagine him struggling so much to grab boards, but, yeah, obviously playing with a little more fire today. Probably remembers that last matchup and wants to make up for it.
Gets the foul shot to go. Ryan now with 9 points. 9 of his team's 25. As the lead is 11, 25-14. Wind in the lane. Gives off for Stengline.
He's so active, and he always seems to find himself in the right spot. That time, just hanging out there below the basket and catching the easy feed for the 2.
Farrell in the game, goes down low to Ryan. double teamed. And now Ryan throws it away, but Gilman tracks it down. 10 on the clock. Dosh will put up a three off the rim. Ryan fights for it, but Stenglein comes away with the loose ball. Stenglein drives right by Gilman, could not get it to go. Loose ball tracked down by Ryan. As coach Kevin Broderick wanted a foul on that drive, did not get the call. And he let the officials get an earful about it. 25-16. Cardinals up with the ball. Ryan down low. Has Farrell cutting to the rim, and he lays it in.
Coach Broderick not happy. Good job there by Farrell cutting to the basket.
And some confusion here on the court after that made layup about Nazareth, whether or not they called a timeout. Kevin Broderick says he didn't call a timeout. So the teams come back out onto the floor, and we're going to get back to action here. I will say this. He took that opportunity to give the ref another earful.
Yeah, well, the coach got to stand up for his guys, and as you mentioned, it's a fire atmosphere. There's a little bit of bad blood between these teams, and Coach Broderick has to make sure every single call goes towards his guys. Wants to give them the advantage here, down by 11 here in the first half.
Jacob turning around. Tough make over Alex Dosh. Daniel Jacob with a great shot there. He's got 7.
Third player we've seen do that. I saw Wynn do it, and obviously Stenglein a couple times. That area just inside the free throw line.
Farrell with it, looking down low to Ryan. Gives back to Farrell at the foul line. Nothing but net.
And Farrell's really got to get his offense going. Not really much of an offensive threat. Only averages a point per game, but Nazareth's playing off him completely, and he's going to have open looks like that if they keep up this defensive strategy.
And he's played minutes in big games like this before.
Oh, yeah.
He's not logged a ton of minutes this season, but he knows how to step up in a big spot.
Well, the numbers don't tell all the stories. You've seen him, great defensive player.
Well, they lost track of Jake Bergio down low, and he gets the easy lay in there. They keep feeding Ryan down low, backing in. Stenglein nearly poked it away, but Ryan was able to track it down. Gilman off a Farrell screen. Back to Farrell. They're going to give it to him. Short off the iron, but rebounded by Keegan Ryan. Backs in, goes glass, has it blocked away by Bergio. Gets it back, up, and fouled.
And just the persistence there. I mean, Bergio giving all the effort, knocking the ball away a couple times, blocking the shot. But Ryan, when he's got that ball and he's got his eyes on the basket, he's a hard guy to deter.
And he does not give up.
No.
He'll miss in close, but he will fight for that rebound and put it right back up. Subs in for both sides. Cody Green and Jack Mulcahy, the 6'2 senior out of Niagara Falls, checking in for the Golden Flyers. Sammy Robinson awaits at the scorer's table for Ryan. So Ryan heads to the bench with 11 points. Cardinal lead is 11. Four minutes left in the half. Been all Cardinals so far. Wind pulls up. Knocks down the jumper over Jordan Gilman. Gave him a little too much space there.
Yeah, but it's tough. We've seen him dive to the basket earlier this game, too. So, it's one of those, you got to pick your poison. That time decides to do the pull-up and pulls the lead within single digits.
Gilman working on Green, gives off for Dosh. Pulls up the runner, yeah. Tough shot there.
Yeah, that was a nice look in there. And once again, back into another sequence here of back and forth offense.
Wind with 10 to shoot, works off a screen. Behind the back dribble against Gilman. Pump fakes in the lane and nothing but net. Wow. Big time score there.
Tough shots going in on both sides now.
English baseline, spins, and scores right by Stengline.
This is a pretty game being played right now, and both teams seem to be looking to one-up each other. This is great basketball.
Pulls up at the elbow and says, anything you can do, I can do better. Wholesale subs waiting at the scorer's table at the next break. Robinson with it. Stengline there defensively. Those long arms. And English knocked to the ground. Think they're going to get Wind. Let's see what the call is. Yeah. So Wind with the foul. Will send English to the line. Ryan Henderson back in for the Cardinals. Jones, Gillard, and Jacob back in for the Golden Flyers. So English gets them both. He now has 6. The lead back to 11, 37-26. Number 13, Daniel Morales, 6'3", sophomore out of Valrico, Florida, checking in for the Cardinals. Morales has missed quite some time, but he is back in the mix here today. Wind on the wing, checked by Morales. Showing him baseline. Tough shot off the glass. 2 and the foul. That's as good as it gets. There's really no defense for that.
No, I mean, he's just twitching around there, ball faking left and right, and that time spinning around. And, you know, we saw it earlier with Stengline and Haight. That time, Morales, there's nothing you can do, and just kind of forced the foul. And good job there by Wynn there to get the three-point play.
Wynn now with 9. They're down 8, 37-29. Sawsville back running the point for the Cardinals. Dosh driving, and they're going to get a hand check on Josh Gillard. And that'll send Alex Dosh to the line. 2 fouls on Gillard.
Not the best foul there by Nazareth. You know, didn't look like Dosh was going to the rim, just kind of dribbling around, and bad hand check foul.
Dosh unable to get the front end of the 1-and-1. So an empty trip for the Cardinals. Wind is really starting to heat up into the lane. Instead, gives it off. Wind will pull up and knock it down again. He's into double figures now with 11. Stengline has 10. Naz trails by 6, 37-31. Sawsville all the way, yes! As he tumbled to the court.
Yeah. And once again, another sequence here. Tough shots going down for both teams right now.
Less than a minute to play in the half. Fisher by 8. Wind gives off to Jacob. 8 on the shot clock. Back to Wind. Feeds Stengline, then down low to Jones. Will stay at this end with 3 on the clock.
Yeah, and you saw the Cardinals were struggling to guard one-on-one this past possession, playing a little bit of 2-3 zone, and it's run the shot clock down to 3 seconds. If you're doing a good job here stifling Nazareth.
Wholesale subs, Ryan and Farrell check back in with 36.4 seconds left as the Cardinals will look to try and hold off a shot here with 3 on the shot clock. Green in the corner will put it up, in and out. Wow.
Yeah.
You got a pretty good look at that.
Yeah, and you knew as soon as they put him in the game, that's what they were going to try to do for him.
3-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. Sawsville back to Ryan. A glance at the shot clock, which ticks to 10. Sawsville, the runner, no. Rebound fought for, out of bounds, will stay here. So the Cardinals have the ball with 5.3 seconds left.
Yeah, and it's a good chance here to kind of put a big bow on the end of this half here.
English and Dosh will check in for this final possession. Dosh to Sawsville. 2 to shoot. We'll have to work quickly. Puts it up. And it is short. And that brings us to the half. After 20 minutes of play. I just feel that, even though the Cardinals are up 8 at this point, this Nazareth team has showed a lot of fight. You think about that 10-0 run to start the game. They're up 31-29 from that point. Now, those first 10 points still matter. The Cardinals lead by 8. But it just goes to show you, they've settled into this one. We'll see what comes here in the next 20 minutes of game action. So Wynn, to start the second half, picks up right where he left off as he gets the short one to fall.
Yeah, you can see how he could score 38 in a game like he did on Thursday. Just an incredible offensive threat, pulling up and that time going to the basket.
I will say this, the Cardinals just 2 of 10 from three-point land in the first half. So, that's a number that they'd like to see improve. As Haight passed up an open look and is called for a travel once again. Golden Flyers only attempted 3 3-pointers in the first half, made 1. And they didn't help themselves at the line, just 4 of 9 shooting. St. John Fisher was 7 of 9 from the line. Wind again pulls up, gets the roll.
Yeah, and that time pulling up right in the face of Ryan, and this just come towards me. I mean, Ryan, obviously the much larger player, but that time is pulling up right in his face, and Wind is feeling it right now.
Henderson looking for somebody, has Haight. Sawsville with it now, drives, tried to pass it off. Ryan got it, got his miss, put it up again, and this time he'll go to the line.
And Ryan obviously the line, but Haight needs to take that shot. Whoever Stengline's been on, role has clearly been to help on Ryan, and whoever he's guarding is always up behind the three-point arc, and so that was twice so far on the 2 possessions. Haight open from beyond the arc. Can't be afraid to take that shot. The 38% shooter, so from behind the arc, so very capable.
Yep. Third foul on Jones, and he will head to the bench immediately as Bergio checks back in for him. Ryan taking care of business at the line there. 30-second timeout for the Cardinals. Coach Cornicker has something he wants to talk over there. 41-35.
Yeah, and had all 6 timeouts, so you have one to burn here. But I think he's probably gonna tell his guys. They got to be open. They got to be looking for the open guy. The first couple possessions here, you can feel, even though went from 8 points to a 6-point deficit, you can kind of feel the momentum going more towards Nazareth. They got off to a little bit quicker start here. So much like Coach Broderick called a couple timeouts early in the first half to get his team going, Coach Cornicker here trying to light a fire underneath his guys.
Yeah, you got to believe that part of the message in there was, hey, by the way, put a body on number 24, huh? Because he's pretty much lighting us up right now. He's got 15, game high, and he's got the ball in his hands as we speak.
See Henderson back on him. Henderson did a good job early on in the first half of slowing Wind down.
We'll see if that adjustment makes a difference here. Stengline now throws it in the corner for Jacob. 5 on the shot clock. Wind with it. will drive, put up the runner, and get it to go.
And there's just no defense for that. I mean, he had the ball back behind his back, and it's a very awkward shot, and yeah, he's on fire right now. No other way to put it.
17 now for Wind. Henderson to Haight. Into the lane. Had it blocked, stripped away by Stengline. Henderson came up with a loose ball. Haight again goes right into Stengline, and an offensive foul.
And that's a third time now. So again, Haight open behind the three-point arc, twice on that possession alone, and you see Farrell coming back in. He's had a lot of open looks, choosing the drive, and it hasn't caused good things. And you see the quick adjustment made by Coach Cornico getting Farrell back out there.
A little loss of composure there, maybe. So Tyler Farrell checks back in for Jake Haight, who's on the bench with 3 fouls. And Wind has got the ball back in his hands. That time, he looked down for Bergio and kind of threw that one away as the Cardinals came up with the turnover. Sawsville filling the lane beautifully. That's a great feed and an easy layup for the junior.
Yeah, good job moving on the fast break.
And then Wind nudged by Henderson, so we'll get a foul on Ryan, his second.
But, you see there Henderson still moving, but with as fast as Wind stops and starts, I mean, that time he was running full speed and just stops immediately, no way to slow down.
Wind working on Farrell. Kicks it to the wing. Drive is up and good. Beautiful take by Josh Gillard.
Yeah, I mentioned played 16 minutes in the first half, didn't get a single shot. This time, trying to get his offense going here.
Farrell left alone, swings it for English. Ryan now down low. Guarded by Bergio, works in on him and banks it off the glass for 2. So Ryan now with 15 to lead the Cardinals. Wind gives off. Thought he might go up again there. He's a threat every time he touches the ball at this point. Pulls up at the right elbow. That time a little short. But Bergio got the loose ball. Thought he might have taken an extra step there, but it's another possession for the Golden Flyers.
Yeah, that's just good hustle there. The ball sitting there in between 4 Cardinal players, and Bergio just lunges forward, able to get the ball back for Nazareth.
Wind with it, gives to Stengline, who's got Henderson on him now. And a whistle. They're going to get Henderson reaching in.
And now it's 3 on Henderson. So doesn't hurt quite as much as he had 4, but where you also have Haight with 3 right now. You got to look into that. You don't want your key guys getting in foul trouble, especially your key defensive guys in a game where we've seen Stengline and Wind able to create at will.
Jordan Gilman, right on cue, will check in for Henderson. Mitch Keniston has checked in for Nazareth as well. Inbounding under the Cardinal basket, Stengline with a cut, couldn't get it to go. He's been quiet for a while now as Wind has kind of emerged as the offensive threat. Knocked out of bounds by Naz. Cardinals will inbound on the far sideline. And now Cody Green checks back in.
And we mentioned the frantic pace of this game, and we see Coach Broderick pretty much every time there's a chance to sub, he subs someone in there. So you see the constant fresh legs, and that's what's helped Nazareth kind of keep this frantic pace up.
Tell you the 2 guys you don't see coming off the floor, though, is Stengline and Wind. He knows where his bread is buttered, rather. Gilman in the corner, back for Sawsville. 7 on the shot clock. The runner is up and in. Nice body control by Sawsville as he went by Green.
Yeah, that's the Sawsville pulling off his best Wind impression there. Just pulling right up in the lane, getting the 2 points.
And they'll reset with Wind. Pulls up in the lane and gets it to go again.
So that time, spins around 3. Yeah, we're both shaking our heads. Spins around 3 times. I mean, as a defender, really nothing you can do there. 2 more points.
Green with a foul just over the midcourt line. Win now with 19 for the Golden Flyers. Game high. Jacob will check back in. English drives, strong take on Wynn. No, but he did draw the foul.
Good drive there by English. You know, we mentioned Wynn's done a good job holding up on the defensive end, but as you mentioned early in the game, we saw him taking advantage of it a little bit. He's not a very big guy, so that time, he got caught on English. English able to drive to the hoop, get to the line.
Yeah, giving away 5 inches defensively there. And English took advantage. And Bergio checks back in for Nazareth. Not a seat to be had in the gym. People have been waiting for this matchup here on this floor for a while, as it is packed, absolutely packed. Battle of the Beaks. Proceeds benefit Golisano Children's Hospital. The winner, bragging rights on East Avenue. Golden Flyers beat the Cardinals back on January 26th. Wind again.
And you can't fault the defense there. That time Farrell up in his face. I think he even had a hand on the ball as he was bringing it up, but yeah, there's just no answer for Wind right now.
48-43. Fisher up 5, 14 minutes to go in this one. Ryan, a little give and go with Farrell, lost the handle. Loose ball comes back to the Golden Flyers as Gillard tracked it down. Wind fires one down low for Bergio, fouled at the rim.
Yeah, and we haven't seen Nazareth actually go straight at Ryan very often today. That time, Bergio just catches the ball cutting towards the basket, and it's only 2 fouls there on Ryan, but that's something you want to try to do. Try to force Ryan to commit fouls, stuff like that, get him out of the game.
He'll head to the bench, but this is sort of his customary time for a break anyway, as Sammy Robinson checks back in for him. Second one will not fall for Bergio, so the Cardinal lead is 4. And let's watch this stretch now with Ryan on the bench here. Gilman finds Farrell wide open, penetrates, couldn't get the roll, but he's going to the line. I think they're going to get Bergio on the foul. Let's see. Yep, first on him. 4th team foul. We'll start keeping an eye on that. Both teams with 14 fouls now. Farrell at the line for a pair. Mike D'Amico will check in for the first time.
It's key here for Farrell to hit these free throws. Coming into the game, only 1 for 10 on the season from the line. So not only not getting there very much, but not making the free throws. So saw him make the first one there. He was 1 for 2 in the first half, and now 3 for 4 in the game.
So Farrell's able to get the lead back up to 6. Who else but Wind with the ball? 21 points, game high, drives on Farrell. Throws up the runner. A little lefty scoop shot there. And of course it goes in. He's got 23. He's doing it every different way.
Yeah, there's no words for that. I mean, he's just, wherever the open space is, he's going to find it.
Robinson posting up. Stengline held his ground defensively. Robinson lost the handle. Farrell cleans the miss.
And Cardinals lucky Jacob didn't make that wide open three-pointer, else the Nazareth part of this crowd would have exploded. You can feel the momentum shifting over to the Golden Flyers right now as Wynn continues this offensive firepower.
Well, it's a key sequence here with Ryan on the bench. And we've got a Nazareth player down.
Looks like it's Jacob.
He went hard to the ground, and he remains down, and now slowly getting up is Daniel Jacob. Gotten to his knees and now coming to his feet.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened there.
And he's going to get subbed out as Denzel Jackson will check back in for him.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there with Jacob. Obviously, him falling down is what opened up English to get to the lane, but you see there, Bergio not very happy. Not quite sure it was a foul. It looked like it could have been a clean block, but nevertheless, English at the line to shoot two.
So that foul was assessed to Jake Bergio. Jacob going down to the floor sort of took our attention away from what happened on that play. But Bergio commits the foul, his second. And English is taking care of business at the foul line, although the second one rims off.
Can't jinx him like that.
Even as I was saying it, I thought maybe I shouldn't say that. Tyler English wished I hadn't said it. Wind pulling up. That time a bit too strong. Robinson cleans the glass. D'Amico will reset.
Yeah, you mentioned a key time here. Only a 5-point game, and Fisher has 4 bench players out there right now, letting their starters rest. So they're going to have to keep the offense going here with Ryan and their other offensive threats getting their mid-half rest.
3 on the shot clock. Farrell will put it up. Got it.
And a huge 3 there from Farrell. Doesn't take very many of them. They've left him alone a little bit earlier. That time, a few feet outside the arc, and that's good to get the momentum back towards the Cardinals.
Maybe the loudest cheer of the game. Cardinals back up 8. Wind looking for a seam. Farrell is all over him defensively. Bergio posting up on D'Amico. Turns, faces, spins. Baseline shot is good. As he left 2 Cardinals swiping at air.
Yeah, D'Amico and Farrell took each other out there, both going after Bergio, and ended up getting the open shot there. And hope Farrell's all good. He winced a little bit coming down the court.
English on the wing, penetrates, puts up the little hook, and gets it to fall.
Yeah, and right on Wind, and put a little bit of his own medicine there, doing the spin move on Wind in the lane.
And Wind answers at the other end, and immediately a timeout by Kevin Broderick. English has moved into double figures with 10. Stenglein, by the way, still has 10, which is where he was at the break. It's been all about Wind here in the second half for Nazareth.
It's just been a great stretch. Mentioned a couple times today, he had 38 against Elmira on Thursday, and a game like that's got to get your confidence up. And as you see today, just keeps it rolling. You've mentioned so many times. He scored so many different ways. It hasn't just been one shot like you'll see for Ryan. Ryan always inside, always banging. He's going to score the same way every time. Wind, we've seen the spin move, seen a double spin move, pulling on up, just driving straight to the lane. There's nothing on offense he really can't do. And if he keeps up like this, it's still a 6-point deficit, but Nazareth's never going to be out of it if Wind keeps shooting the way he shot this second half.
25 points for Brendan Wind, coming off a 38-point game. The sophomore out of Greece Athena absolutely lighting it up here today. 56-50. Cardinals maintaining their lead, led by 8 at the break. We're 10:33 mark here, just about midway through the second half. That lead is 6. Nazareth within striking distance. Again, I said it at halftime, and I really feel this. It's going to come down to the end. I really feel that way.
Yeah, that's the way the second half has played out. The first 10 minutes of it, that's the way it's feeling.
Beautiful drive by Tyler English. He is looking for his offense today. He now has a dozen.
Yeah, we mentioned the only starter on the floor right now, so he's going to have to really be the offensive catalyst for the Cardinals as Ryan sits at the scorer's table ready to check back in.
Ryan is getting an excellent break here, though, and that's going to serve the Cardinals down the stretch. Wind with it. They're going to get D'Amico trying to fight through a screen there.
Yeah, and you saw...
I didn't really see that one myself, but that's the call.
Yeah, you see the little guy, Green, there. Only 5'9", 165 pounds. Just trying to squirm between a few players there, and a lot of body contact, and it ends up being a foul on D'Amico. You can see he clearly doesn't agree with the call, but not going to change it now.
You can hear Coach Cornicker yelling from all the way there to the floor. What'd he do? Well, Keegan Ryan, right on cue, has checked back in. He's rested and ready to go. Nice drive by Bergio as he had room down Main Street and took advantage.
Yeah, you saw Ryan there coming on out to defend Green, and that's what opened up the lane for Bergio.
Tyler Farrell continuing to log key minutes in this game. On the floor, gives off to Jordan Gilman. Ryan down low. Gilman will drive. Bounce pass for English. 8 on the clock. And now they're going to get Wind on a touch foul there, stopping the penetration, but he put a hand on him.
Yeah, that's 3 on Wind now, and you mentioned doesn't come out very often. Yeah, he's not going to come out here now as Giller comes in for Green, but 3 fouls. So again, not time to panic, but if you get to another one, that'd be a tough decision for Coach Broderick to make right now.
He'll cross that bridge when and if he has to. English with the ball. Fresh clock for the Cardinals. Farrell backing in. Up and under and in.
Yeah, it was a smart move there by the Cardinals, knowing Wynn had that third foul, immediately taking advantage of it, and Wynn had to back off Farrell a little bit, trying not to pick up that fourth, and that's what led to the easy bucket.
And it's almost like Nazareth thought, well, he's going to give it to Keegan Ryan, because Ryan was right there too, but he just kept the ball and went right through, used the rim to protect himself, and laid it right in. So a nifty play there results in 2 more for Tyler Farrell. Wind, no, that time he had a hand in the face.
Yeah, and the hand of Keegan Ryans, who towers over him, so that was a tough shot.
Ryan now, backing down, puts it up, rolls off, and then it's stuck. The ball stuck between the rim and backboard. You don't see that very often. So the arrow favors the Cardinals, and they'll inbound under the basket. Jones checks back in for Nazareth with those 3 fouls. But with 8:17 to go, you got to put him on the floor.
Absolutely.
Henderson out there. Gives off to D'Amico. Farrell looking down low for Ryan. Will put up the jumper. Didn't get the legs into that one. Loose ball rebound comes down to Gillard. Wind pulls up on D'Amico. Bottom of the net.
And that's just the way he hovers in the air there. I mean, he pulls up and it just feels like an extra second he's in the air, able to adjust and get the ball go in. 27 now for Wind. Just
a little daylight is all he needs today. Game high 27, single-handedly keeping the Golden Flyers in this one. Henderson guarded closely by Gillard. Now he drives, and they're going to get a blocking foul. As Jones tried to draw the charge, instead he picks up his 4th.
Yeah, it was a close call, but that's a big foul there. Now Nazareth with 7, we haven't mentioned. I mean, that was a shooting foul, but the Cardinals now in the bonus for the rest of the game.
Subs in Sawsville and Haight. Good minutes from Tyler Farrell and Jordan Gilman there.
They were key in helping slow down. Hadn't really been able to stop one, but for a little stretch there, they were able to slow him down a little bit.
Well, they're making him work, that's for sure. Big misses by Henderson there. It's a 6-point game, 7.5 to play. Wynn driving on D'Amico. Puts it up, fouled by D'Amico.
Boy. And Coach Corniger not happy with the foul, but when there, Cardinals all day have been guarding with a 6'5" forward, be it Henderson, Haight, Farrell for long stretches. That time the smaller the guard, D'Amico, guarding him, and he immediately took it to the basket, drawing the foul.
Wynn gets them both. He's now got 29 on the game. Hard to imagine he could get to 38 again, but you know what?
You never
He's
know.
within striking distance.
7 minutes left in this game, a lot of time to be played.
4-point game. Cardinals looking alley-oop, backdoor to Haight. Up and under, no, but he was fouled.
And
So Jones is fouled out.
that was a that was a risky pass. I didn't know what it was going to. It went over the heads of Ryan and over Henderson, and Haight able to corral the ball and draw the foul. And you've seen the Cardinal lead's kind of stagnated around 4, now going back to the line. But it's been between 4 and 8 points this entire half. Nazareth hasn't quite been able to tie it up or take the lead, and that's a tough thing. They can hang around for a while, but at some point you're going to have to cut this down, tie this game up, and take the lead. And Nazareth has not proven that they've been able to kind of get over that hump. They've kind of been stuck right here.
The energy they have to expend just to get to that point, we'll see what kind of a toll it takes if we get there.
Well, but
Haight, go ahead.
Well, as you mentioned, though, I mean, Stenglein has been kind of quiet, letting Wynn do all the work. So maybe a little bit fresher here. Maybe you can go to your junior leader here down the stretch.
Haight got them both. The lead pushed back to 6, 62-56. 7 minutes to play. Wind penetrates and thinks better of it. English has got 5 inches on him defensively. They're trying everybody to try to slow him down. Jacob pressured by Henderson. Back to Wynn. 8 on the shot clock. Jacob on the wing for 3. No. Rebounded by Stenglein. He'll kick it back out for Wynn. Jacob again. And that one's off the mark. And the rebound down to the Cardinals. Haight wants it. Too strong. Wynn skying for that rebound. In transition. Kicks it to the wing. The shot is up and no good, as Jacob cannot get them to fall. 3 straight misses.
And those are all big misses there. As I mentioned, Nazareth needs a couple more of these shots to go down, especially when Cardinals end possessions without points.
Another minute burned off the game clock here. Cardinals holding to a 6-point lead with the ball. English left alone. Off the back of the iron. Stenglein comes down with a rebound. Ryan had his hands on it, but couldn't hold on. Wind on a dime, no. Loose ball controlled by Bergio. Good job on the glass by him. He tries to step through and he's going to get a foul. I think Henderson will see. No, it's Ryan, his third.
And just, you mentioned all the energy expended there, and that Nazareth's going to have to expend to get back into this game. And that time, Bergio expending a lot of energy, going after that miss, and was stuck in the corner. Very lucky to get fouled there and get bailed out a little bit, get a chance for 2 points here at the line.
Both teams in the 1-1 here with 5:32 to go. Knocked them down. Once again, a 4-point game. A little bit of pressure here. Wind will pick up English right at half court. Haight with it. Drives on Stengline. Can't get it to go. And Stengline gets the rebound into the hands of Wind. Stengline now at the rim, yes.
What a pretty play. And you hear Nazareth getting back into the game, down to a 2-point lead, and they have not been this close since 2-0.
Wind with the feed to Stengline. Other end, Ryan for 2 and the foul. And the home crowd roars its approval.
Oh, yeah, you see the Fisher side and the Naz side talking a little bit back and forth. The Naz with the big cheer on the fancy play from Wind to Stengline. That time, Sausville to Ryan, the Cardinal combination. And Ryan's going to be at the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Jake Bergio with his 3rd foul. Ryan with a chance for a 3-point play. Gilman checks back in for Sausville. And now Ryan will get a breather. He's got 18 as Farrell checks back in for him.
Yeah, Farrell. 12 points in the day. Definitely been a big key defensively and on the offensive end here. Kind of the unexpected player that's helped lead to this Cardinal lead.
Cannot say enough about his contribution in this game. You could see the confidence Coach Cornicker has in him, giving him meaningful minutes, and he's responding in this rivalry affair as Wind does it again over Gilman.
And you see a big smile on his face.
He's got 31.
Big smile on his face. He can't miss.
They've tried just about everybody on him. It just doesn't matter.
No.
And English just threw it away.
And this is huge here, as he mentioned. Nazareth has not had a chance to tie it up all game. Now with the chance here, a 2 would bring him within 1, a 3 could tie it up. And the momentum has shifted back and forth all day, but definitely over in the Golden Flyers side. Finally getting moving here, cutting into the lead.
Wind with the ball. Gilman there defensively. Finds Stengline over Farrell. And it's a 1-point game.
Great play.
And Rob Cornicker wants time. And the Nazareth fans are making themselves heard.
Well, Wind, I mean, we should point out, obviously going on the big scoring outburst today, but he's Nazareth's leading assist man as well. And past couple possessions, you mentioned Stengline had been kind of quiet for a little while, kind of holding back, and now with Wind going off on this explosion, Fisher's going to have to put more defensive attention to him. That's going to leave Stengline open a little bit more. And Stengline, as you saw early in the game, he doesn't need a lot of room either. And the past couple possessions, just laser passes to get to Stengline finishing, and now it's only a 1-point game. The Cardinals, they got to go to Ryan here. They have to get a sure 2 points to kind of keep the offense moving. You don't want Nazareth to take the lead.
3:44 to play. St. John Fisher leads at 65-64. Brendan Wind with a game-high 31. Putting on an absolute show for the Golden Flyers. Cardinals have led throughout. They have the ball. It's down to a 1-point game. Alex Sausville back in, out of the timeout. Sausville, Haight, Ryan, Henderson, English, the starting 5 on the floor. Now every possession matters. Every decision is crucial. Haight penetrates, no, and a whistle. And it's Haight with a foul.
That's 4. Feel bad
His
for
4th.
Haight's he's been struggling today, and starting off, he's been toughing it out, but That foul is definitely going to hurt them. And now Stengline going to the line, and Nazareth looking for their first lead of the game.
It's a 1-1. We're tied at 65. We have not been here since the start of the game. That was a long time ago. And Stengline misses the second, denying Nazareth a chance to take the lead. Sawsville checked by Jacobs. Haight gives to Henderson. Ryan down low. Wants it. Can they get it to him? English drives baseline. Gives off to Ryan. Down low to English posting up. Yes. He went over Wind where he has that height advantage.
Yeah, good job there. Kind of reversed there. Ryan feeding it inside to English on that one.
Cardinals back up 2, 67, 65, 2:45 to play. Golden Flyers have the ball in the right man's hands. Wind, nothing but net. 33. Tied at 67. Who will the Cardinals go to? Ryan down low. They cross court to Sawsville. Spins. Gives it to Haight. Gets it back. Puts up a three. No good. They wave it off. It hit the top of the backboard and came back into play. So do not count the basket. Nazareth will have the ball and a chance to take the lead.
Yeah,
and guess who might get the shot off?
If I'm Fisher, I think you just double Wind. You know, he's been an automatic 2 points anyways. If you're going to give up an automatic 2 points, give it up to an open guy. You don't want Wind just killing you.
English has got the defensive assignment. 10 on the shot clock. Wind probing. Passes it off. Shot in the corner, no good, as Jacobs missed again. And they're going to get Henderson with a push-off. And that will send Stengline to the line.
And not a very popular call here.
Henderson's fourth.
Yeah, not a very popular call here. And this is huge, as you mentioned. Nazareth yet to take the lead today, and they've had a couple of chances. Stengline at the line is a pretty good bet.
He got it. Nazareth with its first lead with 1:41 to play. So it does come down to the end. Rims off the second one. Henderson pulls down the rebound. Sawsville over the timeline. Gives to Ryan. Haight gives back to Ryan. Back to Haight. English, baseline on Wind. Backs him down. Gives off to Haight for three. Strong off the back iron. Henderson clears the glass. 1:10 left and a fresh clock for the Cardinals. Rob Cornicker wants time.
Yeah, good effort there by Henderson. Didn't agree with the foul, but didn't let that bother him. That time, off the Haight miss. Good job going up, giving the Cardinals back another possession. And obviously, goes without saying, but huge possession here with 1:08 left, down by a point. The Cardinals need to score. It's been a little while since they've been able to get the ball to Ryan. Nazareth's done a good job of denying Ryan the ball, and you saw that led to a nice little reverse play there where Ryan decided to go out a little bit and get English the ball inside on Wind. And you know, if you can't get Ryan open, I think English got to be your second option here. He's done a great job here scoring in the second half, 14 points in the game. He's done a good job going straight at Wind, and I think that might be your best bet here if you're the Cardinals, is trying to get a one-on-one ISO English on Wind.
Well, we'll see what they draw up. One thing's for sure, Brendan Wind has been a man among boys today. 33 points. Stengline with 16. Bergio has 10. What will the Cardinals do? Henderson will inbound. 25 on the clock, 1:08 to play. They are down 1 after leading the entire game. English with wind on him defensively. Ryan down low. Double team fronted by Bergio. Sawsville will drive, kicks to Haight, into the lane, backs in on Stengline and lays it in. Boy, that's got to feel good.
Yeah, we mentioned he's struggled all game, but that's the biggest basket. He gets it in the best time.
Haight gives the Cardinals a 69-68 lead. Wind with the ball in his hands. English there defensively. They're matching up in a zone now. Stengline down low. Jump ball the call. And it'll favor Nazareth. So good job defensively as Rob Cornicker goes into the zone here for this key moment. 24 and a half seconds left. 7 on the shot clock. And Kevin Broderick wants to talk about it. They got to come up with a great play here. This could be the game.
Yeah, definitely. And, only a 1 point lead, so they're not completely out of it. Foul, you give up the 2 free throws. It's still a 1 possession game, but as you mentioned, huge possession. Need to draw something out good. We saw the inbounds play to Green in the first half, but with the way that Wynn's been playing, I don't see you going away from him unless it's maybe to Stengline. But I think if you're the Cardinals, you got to make sure that Wynn does not get the ball here off the inbounds. Try to deny him at all possible and see if you can try to force it to a secondary option and catch him a little off guard.
And the thing with Wind, as you pointed out several times, is when the shot's not there for him, he's able to find the open teammate.
Yeah.
So we'll look for that as well. That's something that could be part of the plan here for Coach Broderick. They are up. They're out of the timeout. They're ready to go.
Another one of the keys off the jump ball is that there's still only 7 left on the shot clock. It doesn't reset here, so Nazareth does get the ball in. Can't get a shot straight off of the inbounds. They don't have a lot of time to set something up.
Cardinals emerge from the timeout. They're back on the floor as well. It'll be Giller to inbounds. Stengline in the corner. They get it back to Jacobs. 3 to shoot and a whistle. They're going to get Alex Sawsville with the foul. 20.1 seconds left. That will send Daniel Jacob to the foul line for Nazareth.
Not a popular call here, and yeah, it's a tough call to make here at this point in the game, but big free throws for Jacob.
And Jacob is short on that attempt. He's in the double bonus, so he'll get one more chance to tie this game up. And the home fans are letting him have it. Listen to this place. Missed them both, and now they need to foul. So Bergio with a foul on Tyler English. And English with a chance to get it up to a 2 or 3 point game. Cardinals now in the double bonus as well, so he'll have 2 shots. 17.3 seconds left. Huge misses for Daniel Jacob at the other end. And this crowd really let him hear it.
This is as loud as you're going to hear Bannon Makepeer all year.
And now English misses at the other end. Shaking his head in disbelief. And I think Nazareth has a play in mind already. I don't think you'll see them call a timeout unless they get in trouble. So English makes it a 2-point game. Jordan Gilman will check in for the Cardinals.
Yeah, only 2 points, and you obviously got to keep, as Looks like there will be a
Fisher's
timeout.
going to take a timeout here.
You got to keep Wynn and Stengline in mind, but Green, who's been quiet all game, Green, the 46% three-point shooter, you mentioned 5 for 5 in the last matchup. You don't want to sacrifice defense on him. Obviously, you don't want to let up a shot at all, but if you're going to let something up, let it be something inside the arc. You don't want to lose here on this last possession. So if I'm the Cardinals, I'm going to probably, it's going to win. So if Wynn has the ball, I'm going to try to double team him, force him inside the arc, and make sure that you're not going to leave an open three anywhere.
This place will explode no matter what happens at the end. 17.3 seconds from now. Fisher by 2. Nazareth with the ball. 1 of 2 for English after Daniel Jacob missed 2 free throws at the other end. Stengline, Wynn, Gillard.
You see Farrell back out here.
And Green are the 5.
On the biggest defensive possession of the second half, they got Farrell back on the floor here. He's done a great job defending all day, but it looks like English is going to pull the assignment of having to guard Wynn here on this final possession.
So Wynn takes the inbound pass, brings it over the timeline, gives it up, gets it back. English is there defensively. And now Farrell on the switch. Wynn, yes! 4.5 seconds left. English with time. Puts it up. No! He missed the layup at the buzzer. And we will go to overtime. Wow, what a finish.
Well, the only way this game could have gotten any better is if you added to it, and you were going to get it 5 more minutes of basketball. And wow, I mean, you knew that was the play called up. Wynn, how many points he got? 35. So he's probably gone to that same spot 12 times at least. Just incredible. You mentioned the gym going crazy here, and English
These fans
here
are stunned, James.
Yeah,
They're
I mean,
absolutely stunned.
English there, driving down the court, and I think he just rushed it a little bit.
Well, he got there. I think he was afraid the time was going to run out on him.
Yeah, I think it looked like he just rushed it a little bit, and yeah, as you mentioned, a layup. It was a good job there by Naz. It wasn't uncontested. There was some defensive pressure on him too, but
I thought he might pull up, but
he
got to the rim. He actually got there in time, and obviously put it up a little too strong. And he's having a little laugh with the officials about it now. Shaking his head. You know what? 5 more minutes. Battle of the Beaks. What more could you ask for?
Second year in a row here. And yeah,
Cardinals won in overtime a year ago.
I think this is around the same score too. And you mentioned it'd be tough for Wynn to hit 38, 35 right now at the end of regulation. And if the overtime plays out at all like the second half, I think he'll have no problem breaking 40.
Keegan Ryan will jump center against Jake Bergio. He'll have a 4-inch height advantage here. And the tap is controlled by Ryan. And an over and back violation. An unforced mental error there as Ryan came up with the ball and then threw it into the backcourt. So
you don't see that called very often. And yeah, Ryan caught the ball on the other side of the timeline. Just barely, and a big error, but if you're the Cardinals, it goes down as the equivalent of losing the tip-off, so not the end of the world.
The end of the world. We'll see what Nazareth does to take advantage.
Cardinals staying in the zone that they were in there at the end of the second half.
We are in overtime. Nazareth opens with a miss. Tied at 70. Sawsville being hounded by Daniel Jacob. He'll go glass. Henderson tips, no. Rebound fought for, and it comes down to Jacob. Bodies flying to the court.
And the intensity on the floor right now, unmatched of anything else we'll see this season.
Wind with the ball, those 35 points. He's got half his team's points. He has willed them to this point. Stengline, 1 on the clock. Gillard, no good, and a rebound by Henderson. So the Cardinals take care of business on the defensive end. And now they'll look to cash in here.
Ryan's been stuck at 18 for a while here. At some point, you got to imagine he's going to get the ball in the post.
Nazareth is doing everything they can to keep him from getting the ball. English drove, and he drew the foul. Ryan rolled on that play. He was open, but English had a nose for the rim. He'll go to the line.
That's big there.
5th foul on Jake Bergio. So he has fouled out here in overtime. Kevin Broderick will go to Mitch Keniston.
Yeah, and that's some big. I mean, we've mentioned.
Cody Green will check in as well.
We've mentioned that Ryan has really struggled to score in the second half, and Bergio's been a big part of that. So a big loss here for Nazareth, losing out on Jones and now Bergio, having to go a little deeper in the bench with Keniston. We'll have to see how he can handle Ryan down inside here late in overtime.
Bergio fouling out with 10 points. English at the line. Made 1 of 2 at the end of regulation, and that enabled Wynn's 2-point basket at the other end to send it to overtime. Cardinals regain the lead. And 1 of 2 for English again. 71-70. Tyler English has 16. Kevin Broderick wants time. 30-second timeout, 3:23 to play in overtime. Fisher leads Nazareth by 1. Coach Broderick will try and draw up a play to give his team the lead.
draw up a play. At this point, I don't know if there's anything you can draw and write down that's going to be better than just giving the ball to Brandon Wynn and letting him have at it.
He may just use his pen to write 2 and 4.
Well, if they're going to draw up a play, I think it's going to be it'll be a dish from Wynn to Stengline. We saw that work a little bit towards the end of regulation, and especially in the zone now. Wynn was really excelling in that one-on-one coverage. If the Cardinals stay in the zone, which it looks like they've gone back to man, it's going to be a little tougher.
English drawing the defensive assignment on Wynn, who has been unstoppable here today. Green for 3.
And
out of nowhere.
Yeah, he's been quiet all game, but we mentioned he was 5 for 5 from beyond the arc in the first matchup. Ooh, he just gets laid out by Haight.
Jake Haight. Green was stunned. And Ryan lost the ball on the way up, but he was fouled. So Ryan will go to the line.
Yeah, and we saw that was said. Now with Keniston out there, Ryan might play a little more of a factor in the offensive end, and that time Keniston sliding over, left Ryan open, and he's going to try to tie the game back up here at the line.
Huge free throws here. Ryan gets the first. What a sequence. Green with about a 26-footer, and then he was drilled by Haight. 1 of 2 for Ryan. Cardinals down 1, less than 3 to play in OT. Wind with the ball. Back to Wind. Wind driving on English, puts it up, and it gets stuck between the backboard and rim. Hard to imagine somebody that hot could take that kind of a shot. And the arrow favors Nazareth, so they'll get another chance. They get it into Wind, guarded by Sawsville now.
Yeah, we haven't seen Sawsville on Wind at all today, really.
Wind drives. Ryan picks him up. He backs him out away from the rim and then penetrates and lays it in. What a play by Brendan Wind, who's got 37. The Nazareth lead is 3. as he drew Ryan away from the rim and then went right by him for the score.
Yeah, great job taking advantage of the mismatch.
Haight now working on Stengline. Backs in and lays it off the glass. And Rob Cornicker wants time. Yeah, 1:52 to play. 75-74 Nazareth.
Yeah, and we talked. Haight's had his struggles today, but seeing keep possession towards the end of regulation, and now that last possession, not afraid to get back in there, take his own shot, and great job pulling the Cardinals back to within one. But a couple of those missed free throws by English and Ryan might come back to haunt him a little bit there. Still a 1 point disadvantage, and that's obviously going to make this defensive possession all that more important. Although, I don't know how many times we can say it, but it's hard to find the answer for Brendan Wind at this point, so not quite sure what you're going to do any differently if you're the Cardinals. He's found a way to score in so many different ways, and if he doesn't have a matchup he liked, as we saw that last possession, they're not afraid to screen for him, keep on moving the ball around, and try to get him in a situation he likes. So
this one has lived up to the billing. There's no doubt about that. We are in overtime. It's a 1 point game, and the emotion in this gym, you can literally feel it. This place, Cardinal fans, Golden Flyer fans, everybody wondering how this is going to play out.
And it's interesting here. They sub out Ryan, bring in Farrell now, so can't quite get as big of a mismatch. We've seen Farrell defend Wind one-on-one, so not a chance for any of those big mismatches on this possession.
Wind with it. English there defensively. Wind goes baseline, runs out of room. Finds Green. Gilman is on Green. 10 on the shot clock. Green now. Gives it off the Stengline. Pulls up at the foul line. Nothing but net.
Yeah.
That puts Nazareth up 3 with 1:15 to play. Farrell with it. Gives back to English. And now another timeout for Fisher.
Yeah, they had Ryan off the floor for defensive purposes here, but now in a late offensive possession, to keep possession here offensively, you're going to want your leading scorer out on the floor. Same for Sauceville, a 3-point threat. And a 3-point game here, 1:07 left. I mean, the Cardinals have had most success going inside. I really haven't seen them shoot too many threes on either end. But obviously, if it comes down to it, they're going to need to make up this advantage somehow. 3 points, you can keep going and getting twos, but that means you're going to have to get defensive stops. And with Stengline and Wind playing the way they have, there's no guarantee you're going to be able to do that. So at some point, I think you're going to have to just say somebody's going to have to get open for a 3 here, and somebody's going to have to knock it down.
Well, with 1:07 to play, they don't have to go there yet if they don't want to. They do trail by 3, 77-74. Sauceville, as you said, has checked back in along with Ryan. The starting 5 on the floor for Fisher. And it's going to come down to this possession and maybe one more. Ryan with it. 3 to shoot. Sauceville off the mark. And the rebound down to Nazareth. So a missed opportunity for the Cardinals, and Wind is fouled. Smart foul with 45.3 seconds left. Cardinals need the ball back.
Yeah, that wasn't the smartest of possessions there. We saw not the shot you're looking for there. A tough contested 3, and I'm not sure. I think they were run that possession as if they had the full 30. Only 17 seconds on the shot clock coming out of the timeout, and they were stuck with Ryan holding the ball behind the arc. That's not the guy you want shooting back there. And you see here now Wind making it a 2-possession game.
Wind now with 38. Same number he had in a win the other day for the Golden Flyers. He's been sensational. Absolutely sensational. And he gets them both. The lead is now 5 for Nazareth. Their biggest of the game. And now a timeout by Fisher. Full timeout.
Yeah,
with 40.7 seconds left.
So it's tough here. I mentioned, it's tough for them to get a 3-point shot. They really haven't gotten too many today. Nazareth's done a good job defending the arc, but Wind at this point you're going to be following. Wind with the way he's been shooting today from all parts of the floor, you have no reason to think he's going to miss at the line. So at some point, we mentioned in the last session, you're just going to have to try to get guys open for three, and they can keep on going for two here, but I don't see Nazareth giving up too many points at the line here. So I think they're really going to have to make it up by getting three, hoping they can get one missed free throw and making up points that way. Or
get a turnover. You got to put some pressure on the ball here and see if you can create a turnover as well. There have not been many of those in this game. Both teams have done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, that's been lost in what Wynn's been doing. I mean, he's been doing a great. I mean, with all the dribbling and all the moves he's been making, you'll see a lot of point guards, especially at this level, make a lot of mistakes along the way too. He's done a great job securing the ball while he's been doing all the incredible offensive things he's been doing today.
We'll see what the Cardinals dial up here. English drives baseline, puts it up, and in. They're going to score the goal. 2 and the foul.
Well, that's one way to score 3 points. And I mentioned that 3 points would have been very big here, but also important is making the free throw. We've seen English miss a couple big ones here down the stretch of regulation and overtime, so this is a big free throw right here.
A chance to get 1 point closer with no time coming off the clock. We are at 34.3 seconds left in overtime here at St. John Fisher. Game of the year on Cardinals All Access. 79-77. Mark Ruba and James Bailey courtside.
So they take Saucel and Ryan out for defensive purposes, but the key here, no timeouts for the Cardinals. So if they do make a defensive stop here, not going to be able to get those guys back on the floor.
They get into Steng line and back to Wynn. And Henderson fouls him. And that's going to be it for Ryan Henderson.
It's tough, but with the 4-second difference, and Nazareth hasn't been missing a lot lately, so you really couldn't take the chance of them running it all the way down and scoring and basically putting the game away. So needed a foul there. Henderson was just the closest man, and now it's going to come down to a win-miss. One win-miss would make this a one-possession game, but if he drills both free throws, the Cardinals are going to have to make another tough decision.
Double bonus. Nothing but net. The Wind has 40. Alex Doshin for the Cardinals. The one more look for Wind. The lead is 3. This is a huge shot right here. And he got it. Nazareth by 4. Cardinals need to work quickly. English drives, puts it in. And they'll pressure the ball into Wind. And he's fouled again. 18.9 seconds left. 81-79. Wind at the line again. Looking to add to a 41-point afternoon. And he does. 3-point game. And he got it again. Back to a 4-point game. Cardinals need to move. English again penetrates, scores.
But they keep on only getting 2.
And they foul Wind immediately with 11.1 seconds left.
So I mean, so Nazareth is. I mean, they're fine giving up the 2 to English every time, because with the way, as you mentioned, with the way Wynn's scoring him here, I mean, do you expect him to miss any of these free throws? I mean, he's been nailing them all, nothing but net here. So at some point here, I mean, I think with 11 seconds left, you won't have any sort of choice. But the Cardinals keep scoring too, but they're just matching what Nazareth's putting up on the other end.
11.1 left. Another make for Wind. It's a 3-point game. He's got 44. And this is the big one again. And it rolls off. A chance for the Cardinals. English will put up the 3. Got it! Oh, what a shot. And Wind with time puts it up. Oh, we're going to another overtime. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I thought the roof was going to come off this place. Tyler English for 3 to force a second overtime.
And I take back everything I said about English. Had that planned out perfectly. And now English has 26. It's kind of gotten lost in all of Wynn's points, and he scored a lot of these down the stretch. But English scored on 4 straight possessions down the stretch. He knew it. He just stood back there. He was calm. He knew he had the ISO that he wanted. Picked the shot, rattled around there, and the scarier thing was when Wynn put up the half-court shot with everything that had been going in for him today. Couldn't count out that he could make that, but wow, another overtime, and I don't know if I've ever seen a game like this here in Manning and Napier. An incredible ball game today.
84 all. Put 5 more minutes on the clock. We're not done, folks. The Battle of the Beaks, this may go down as the best. It may go down as the best. Double overtime. Brendan Wind with 44 for Nazareth has willed his team to this point. Tyler English now with 26 for the Cardinals just drilled a game-saving three-pointer. So what do we do next? And those two are talking to each other. What do we do next?
Oh, it's just unbelievable.
This time the tap easily controlled by Ryan. And Sawsville will bring it over the timeline. Absolutely incredible basketball game between two great teams. English for 3, in and out. Dosh on the glass. No, but he's going to go to the line.
So Dosh, the sophomore.
And for the record, that is number 4 on Wind.
That's big. And yeah, Dosh should mention, I don't even know if he played a minute in the second half. He played a little bit in the first, but with Henderson following out, someone needed to take that 5th spot, and Dosh there, using the energy, the extra energy he hasn't had to expend. All the rest of these players have played 30-plus minutes. Dosh, fresh, they're able to jump up, get the offensive board, and get to the line. And it's big in overtime, the first team to score, because then the other team's always trying to come from back behind. And so big here for Dosh to get to the line, score these free throws, get the Cardinals the lead.
He got them both. Cardinals lead by 2, 86-84. Both teams subbing in defensive players. Jordan Gilman, Tyler Farrell back on the floor for Fisher. Wind with it, hounded by Jake Haight. And they do get it over the timeline. Stengline gives it off for Gillard for 3.
And Gillard's been quiet all day. Coming out of nowhere there.
It's like that green 3 in the first overtime. So now Naz back by 1. English drives. Too strong. Gets it again and lays it in. Tyler English with 28. And the Cardinals back on top, 88-87. Wind, guarded by Haight. Takes him off the dribble. Goes into the body, he's in trouble, gives it up, and loses it. Tyler English with the steal.
And English now using that energy he's gotten from scoring in the offensive end, that time diving for the loose ball. And when you're feeling it, you're feeling it. He's using it on both ends right now.
Works off a Ryan screen. Penetrates. Has Ryan. 6 on the clock. Gilman gives off to Haight. He's going to have to shoot. No at the buzzer. Farrell with the follow. No. English no, out of bounds. And we're going to stay at this end.
So great energy there on the boards there, and I don't know what else there is left to say about what's going on out here. This
Both
is
teams
incredible.
are giving it everything they've got. Sauceville and Dosch check back in. They've got their offensive 5 out there. And a fresh shot clock as well.
With winning with those 4, if I'm the Cardinals, I'd like to attack them.
Haid on the baseline, yes. 90-87, Fisher with the lead. And Nazareth wants time. Now neither team has a timeout left.
So Haid, we've mentioned he's had difficult times, but just every single time the Cardinals have needed him, he's come up big. 3 big baskets. He had one towards the end of regulation, one at last overtime, and that basket right there. And now it's a 3-point game, and now you're in the same situation if you're Nazareth. I mean, they've been struggling behind the arc all game. You saw obviously Gillard make the one earlier this overtime, Green last overtime, but a ton of time left. You don't have to worry about that, but if it goes possession by possession, it'll be something to look at here. Nazareth has been attacking the rim well, but will they eventually need a 3?
How many times can they go to Brendan Wind? He's got 44 points.
Well, he's at to score, obviously only 2 minutes in, but yet to score in this overtime. The Cardinals have been doubling him a little bit more, trying to take him out of the equation, but there's no way you're going to be able to take him out completely.
Wind with it. They give it back to Wind. He gives it up to Stenglein now, working off a screen. He lost the handle, trying to go into the lane, and Keegan Ryan got the turnover. And now a foul. Gillard way away from the basket.
And we saw that a little bit in the second half when Wind was really feeling it. When you know you've got to be all over a guy, sometimes you'll just make decisions like that because you don't want to let him go. So that time, the touch foul and English with the chance to put the Cardinals up by 2 possessions.
Got the first one. Cardinal lead is up to 4, 91-87. One more for English.
You should know that Ryan has not scored since late in regulation, other than the one free throw last overtime. The Cardinals have been going this offensive outburst basically without their best scorer.
Well, Tyler English is up to 30 points. He's having himself an afternoon. The Cardinal lead is 5, 92-87. And now Nazareth needs a bucket here. And Wind has got the ball in his hands. Haid is right there defensively, as is Ryan. He's got to give it up. They go to Stenglein down low with Farrell defensively. Stenglein, the tough shot, no. Rebound down to Keegan Ryan. So the Cardinals have clamped down defensively here in double overtime. And the players are going to settle this one because there are no timeouts left. Cardinals use the clock. 1:35 to play. English into the lane. Puts it up, no. Ryan on the glass. Yes!
And right on cue. Mentioned it's been a while since Ryan had touched the ball and scored, and it's been tough. Nazareth's done a good job keeping the ball away from him, and that time Ryan with the offensive board and doing what he does best, getting the offensive board, drawing contact, scoring, and now going back to the line.
Keniston with the foul. Keegan Ryan has a chance to put Fisher up by 8 points with 1:29 to go.
Yeah, that'd be a tough, definitely would be a tough lead to take it away, but I see Coach Broderick here not very happy, and the Fisher faithful kind of egging on the conversation.
And Ryan gets the free throw. And a glance at the scoreboard by Coach Corniker. His team is up 8. Ryan now with 22. Golden Flyers must work quickly here. Wind. Hounded by Jake Haight. Bounce pass for Stengline, and he couldn't hold on. And Tyler Farrell came up with the turnover. And now Keegan Ryan, they must get it over the timeline. And the Cardinals called time. It doesn't indicate that they have a timeout.
Yeah, the scoreboard might not have reached. The scoreboard doesn't say it, but I do think you do get an automatic timeout at the start of each overtime. So the Cardinals hadn't called one yet. Might have been the scoreboard didn't reset, but
well, clearly that's the case because it says 0 timeouts left on the scoreboard. So a timeout by Jordan Gilman with Keegan Ryan in trouble. 1:05 to play, and the Cardinals dodge a bullet because they were in danger of a 10-second violation there.
Yeah, but great defense there on that possession, though. We had mentioned a little. I can't keep track of all the overtimes. I think it was late last overtime how Wind had done a great job holding on to the ball, but a couple of turnovers here, and that's what's kind of led to Fisher extending this lead a little bit. And they're getting pretty close to the point where they can just let Naz foul them and start to ice the game away.
Well, look, we don't have the minute totals in front of us, but Stengline and Wind have played every minute of the second half. First overtime, second overtime, and now this overtime.
Yeah, it's been a lot, and you see the Cardinal. You saw Naz earlier in the game with a lot of substitutions. As guys fouled out, they hadn't had many chances to do that, and the Cardinals more subbing with the offensive and defensive subs, and you see the energy that guys like Farrell and Dosh have been able to give the Cardinals here.
And Farrell is fouled with precisely 1 minute left in this third overtime. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying it out loud. I can't even believe it. Third overtime. It's unbelievable. Second overtime.
Not quite. It would take a pretty great comeback to get to the third here, but the Naz are doing the right play though. If you're going to foul a guy, you're going to want to foul Farrell, who he's been, as he mentioned, 3 for 4 from the line today, but only 1 for 10 on the season coming into today.
I think maybe I just want a little more basketball and getting greedy here.
Well, with the way that this was as entertaining as this game's been, I mean, I don't know if anyone wants this game to end.
So Gilman back in for Sawsville. One more for Farrell at the foul line. Fisher up 95-87. And he gets the second. It's a 9-point game. Everything's going to have to go right for Nazareth from this point forward. Wind drives. No, but he's fouled.
And
they get Haight on the foul, and that's number 5 on Jake Haight. But he did a good job on Wind while he was in there in overtime.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't take away from the Cardinal D. Everyone who's been on Wind has done a pretty decent job. It's just Wind's done an incredible job setting up his own shots. And you see here, Haight following out. That makes 2 for both teams now, as we had Jones and Bergio foul out for Nazareth, and now Haight and Henderson both for the Cardinals.
So the Cardinals have a chance to sub in Jake Haight, for Jake Haight rather. Alex Dosh will come back into the game. Win now with 45. And 46. And they'll sub Broderick and Jacobs in this obvious fouling situation. English with the ball is fouled immediately by Broderick. 52.2 seconds left. English will go to the line.
Brendan, right to Denver, right? Basket timeout.
this game will be remembered for a lot of things, but none more than Tyler English's three-pointer at the end of the first overtime to save the day for Fisher and get us into a second overtime, and they have ridden that momentum to a sizable lead here with 52 seconds left.
Well, and the key, I mean, those last two free throws from Wynn on the other end, those are his first points of this overtime, so the Cardinals have finally started to slow him down. It took them regulation and an overtime, but they finally started to figure it out.
English with 32. Wynn spins, met by English, and gives it down low to Keniston, who missed. And now back to Wind, who is fouled. They'll get Farrell. As Wind will go back to the line. .47 points now for Wind. .48 points now for Wind, but his team trails by 7 as Fisher has a 98-91 lead, and Tyler Farrell will inbound the ball. And a long outlet as Farrell's pass hit the basket all the way at the top of the gym. And it will go back to Nazareth. Never seen that in this gym.
I've never seen that ever. Sometimes you see in like the big football stadiums, a punt hit the big scoreboard, but yeah, I've never seen that in a basketball gym before.
That was sort of the basketball equivalent. So an opportunity for the Golden Flyers. Can they take advantage? Green for three was fouled. He's going to get 3 looks. Oh,
that's not a good foul if you're Gilman there. And it's little things like that you know, it's still a big deficit. But now 3 opportunities here for Green. Makes all 3. It's down to a 4-point game. And
34.8 seconds left. Look, he's got to make his foul shots. But if he does, suddenly it starts to get interesting again.
Yeah, and Green, an 84% free throw shooter, so he is a good shooter from the line.
I mean, the Cardinals were in that position not too long ago, where they were down 4, and it looked like all was lost.
When he said third overtime a little earlier, you meant second, but I think he might have jinxed this here.
Who knows?
He might be heading there.
We'll see. There's still plenty of time left. Green got the first 2. He needs the third here. And he missed it. And English gets a rebound. He's fouled immediately. So that was a big miss.
Definitely a big miss here, but that obviously means that English has to make his on the other end. And saw him miss a couple there earlier in regulation and overtime, but now since he's been on that roll, the momentum that he got picked up at the end of the first overtime.
And he's basically been exclusively at the line here, so he is.
Yeah, he's been pretty steady.
That one rolls off.
Shouldn't have even mentioned it.
One of 2 for English. The lead is 6 with 33 seconds left. Wind over midcourt with it. Gives off to Green, who'll put up a 3. Too strong. Rebounded by Ryan. And Ryan is fouled by Stengline.
Yeah, so Naz had the momentum there for a second, but that sequence might put it away there. Green, mentioned he had the 1-3 last overtime, but hasn't quite scored him the way he's used to. Shooting 46% from behind the arc this season, and don't want to say forced one. They're really not a forced shot at this point of the game, but maybe not the shot you wanted in that situation. And now Ryan, Cardinals up by 7. This free throw could make it 8. 21 seconds left. It's going to be tough.
Cardinals have gotten to 100 points here in double overtime. Ryan rattles them both. He's got 24. Lind. Gillard. No. And it bounced out of bounds. It'll go back over to the Cardinals. 12 and a half seconds left. 101-93. We have been treated to one heck of an afternoon of basketball, James.
I don't think any fan here is going to go home and forget this. I mean, this is a game that everyone here is going to remember for a while. Incredible battle of the Beaks.
No one's going to ask for their money back, that's for sure. As Salisville is fouled, 11.7 seconds left. And Alex Dosch is pumping his fist. He can feel it for the Cardinals. As some fans began to file out of the Manning and Napier Gymnasium. There will be a celebration at the end of this one. And the seniors come to the table, Volman and Marchione. One 103-93. It's going to be all over but the celebrating. An unbelievable effort by Nazareth will go by the books as the Cardinals are going to pull this out. And that's it. English with the rebound, and let the celebration begin.